Kick Your Game is a group of passionate sneakerheads who have been using their love of sneakers as a way to engage, enlighten, and connect with their community. KYG. KYG. KYG.
We're a collective group of sneakerheads who have been trying to fill a void in the sneaker community by serving with what we love most, and that's sneakers.
The first ever Kick Your Game sneaker exposition at the Brooklyn Stide on Sunday afternoon, and tells us more about the event and the sneaker world.
We just want to encourage people to use their passion and find out how they can service their community, service the world, whatever the case may be.
And as for their next project, they're bringing sneakers people donated at the event to homeless people in Manhattan on Monday. Reporting from Bedford Stuyvesant, Emily Lorsch, News 12 Brooklyn.
Sitting there and I'm just like, yo, what if we did like everybody doing these sipping paints? And I'm like, yeah, he's like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, what if we did like a sneaker, like one like that, like a kick your paint night or something, like people actually drawing on the canvases of like Converses. And he was like, he just looked at me, he's like, wait, what? Wait. You were sitting on that all this time? And I'm like, yo, I didn't think it would work. And he's like, yo, we have to do that.
Like from that idea came the Arts Enrichment Program, which led to us having the auction at the Children's Museum, where the kids were able to have their work displayed in an actual museum, like an actual exhibit. And then their sneakers got auctioned off, and they raised money for a foundation that we had partnered with, and we donated the proceeds to help the homeless. So like to see again what sprouted from that simple idea of like, yo, what if people paint on kicks? From that one idea, these kids got an opportunity to create art. These kids got an opportunity to display their art. They got an opportunity to sell their art. And then we got an opportunity to donate to this program. So it was like all the things that came from that simple idea of, again, marrying the sneakers with the arts. I think a lot of different people benefited from that one idea.
I think you realized from the first Kick Your Paint night that it had to have some type of substance.
We actually got the opportunity to team up with the mayor's office of New York City, their criminal justice department, and we were able to do a summer tour where we toured 15 different housing projects throughout New York City, and we hosted our Kick Your Paint nights in each community center in these 15 different hoods, and we were able to give the people of the community the opportunity to express themselves around the topic of gun violence and how it affects their communities and how they feel about it, just their thoughts, concerns, and feelings towards gun violence. And so it was just a time for us to promote peace, to promote nonviolence through all these different neighborhoods throughout the city. And I think for me, that was one of our most rewarding projects, because it was like we were able to literally touch every borough, all 5 boroughs, numerous events, and just seeing all the different people that were able to enjoy themselves at the event, and for those moments be in a safe space and be in a safe space to share, how they feel about gun violence. I thought that was huge. That was huge for us.
Well, I definitely want to highlight the juvenile detention paint nights. Those were a private event for us, and it was amazing. So getting a chance to allow families to connect with their children and get them together to feel some sense of home really made it amazing and an awesome experience.
KYG toe-to-toe poetry.
So Kick Your Game toe-to-toe poetry, that came by way, again, of trying to marry the arts with the sneaker game. And so we thought, how can... So I just had the idea of like, what if people were spitting about shoes, but not just about what they look like, but like writing a story, explaining history by way of these sneakers.
You might be the greatest after all. 1984, them Jordan 1s hit that hardwood floor. Created by Peter C. Moore. Same year MTV debuted the Video Music Awards. Same year the first Mac computer was sold in stores. Apple and Jordan. Two big brands that got something in common too. Their products make us line up. Like barbers do.
Come on. So that's kind of where that idea came from. And so if we doing anything with poetry, and if you know anything about New York, you can't do it without the New Eurekan. So that was the moment we realized, like, yo, let's try to get the New Eurekan and get this poetry event going. And I remember the very first event after the very first poet went, like, it was crazy to me. Like, I couldn't believe, like, yo, he really just spit about Air Force Ones, and like the way he was able to still teach and educate, like, it was just amazing.
It's a lot of work, but it's all really worth it in the end, just to see the room being flooded with so many people that are enjoying themselves, that are really listening, and that are vibing with the poets, and also just see the smiles on the faces when the poets win, or even just being able to watch the poets get feedback and how they feel about it. But it's a lot of work, but like I said, it's all worth it.
Kick your game means passion,
Creativity.
Kick your game is family.
Finesse.
self-expression,
dedication,
team,
art,
community,
using your voice,
power,
sneakers.
And so, I'm gonna keep going, I guess. Just let me.
Yeah.
All right. So this is rolling right now.
Crazy how we separate, ayy. Stay loyal to your severance, ayy. Ain't no interception, throw it, gotta catch it. Only one objective, watch it where you stepping, gotta kick your game. Only just a message, always count your blessings. I counted 23, KYG toe-to-toe poetry.